His story didn't start in a boardroom. It began on a cold park bench with the city's indifferent hum as his only lullaby. Each morning, the harsh light of dawn would wake him, a stark reminder of another day spent wandering streets that offered no welcome. The concrete was his bed, the sky his ceiling, and hope was a currency he could no longer afford. He walked among the crowds, a ghost in a bustling metropolis, his presence overlooked, his potential unseen. The faces that passed were a blur of ambition and purpose. Everything he felt he had lost. His world had shrunk to the size of a tattered backpack and the gnawing ache of hunger. Then, one rain-slicked afternoon, sheltering in the quiet halls of a public library, something shifted. It wasn't a grand revelation, but a quiet discovery. Tucked away on a forgotten shelf was a worn book on programming, its pages filled with a language he didn't understand, but a logic that felt strangely familiar. As he traced the lines of code, a flicker of an idea took root in the barren soil of his despair. It was a small, fragile thought about creating a simple app to connect local food banks with those in need. For the first time in years, his eyes, once dull with exhaustion, lit up with a newfound determination. This was more than an idea, it was a lifeline. Fueled by the single spark, the hustle began. His days were no longer aimless wanderings, but a structured pursuit of a singular goal. The library became his office, its free Wi-Fi and quiet corners his most valuable assets. He spent countless hours hunched over public computers, teaching himself to code, his fingers flying across the keyboard. He sketched out user interfaces on discarded napkins, mapping out a digital bridge from surplus to scarcity. To fund his project, he took on any odd job he could find, washing dishes and cleaning windows. Every dollar earned a brick in the foundation of his dream. He made his first sales not for money but for belief, convincing a small shelter to test his rudimentary app. Slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, the venture started to grow. The simple app gained traction, its efficiency and purpose resonating with more shelters and eventually, corporate sponsors who saw its potential. The one-man operation that started on a library computer evolved into a real company. Soon the park bench was replaced by a small rented office space, the solitude of the streets exchanged for the collaborative energy of a team. He hired his first employees, people who shared his vision and believed in the mission. The man who once begged for spare change was now a CEO, standing at the head of a conference table, leading a meeting and inspiring his team with the same passion that had ignited his journey. Now, he stands by the expansive window of his high-rise office, the city sprawling beneath him like a map of his own past. The park bench is still down there, a tiny speck in the urban landscape, a humble monument to where it all began. He looks out not with the bitterness of memory, but with a profound sense of gratitude. The reflection staring back at him is no longer a ghost, but a leader, a creator, a testament to the resilient power of a single idea. He had walked those streets with nothing, and now, he oversaw an empire built on the desire to give back. The journey had been arduous, but it had forged him, proving that a person's worth is never defined by their circumstances, but by the unwavering strength of their will.